Guys, welcome back to the channel. We are back in today for another session to go through. Going to run through the pull session. I don't go through many pull sessions. I haven't on the channel, so I think it'll be interesting to see this one, which I don't think I've actually went through so far either. Break this down, go through what we're doing. And again, I'm going to kind of give in this video a run through of how prep is going so far, because it's now pretty much 6.5 weeks boxed off. Progress that's been seen so far, the way we're working things and the approach we're taking over the next while as well. So bank holiday today, it's jammed in here, so it's good when atmospheres like this sometimes, but yeah, hopefully no one's on our equipment. Uform hoodies, they actually sold out straight away. Clients wrapped them all up, so I actually didn't get a chance to release them to Instagram or anything, so I will have more in pretty soon. So keep an eye out on this and on Instagram as well, because I will have more of these coming out. They're disgusting. With them, you will see when people do them, try keep the upper body where it is, and try just let the legs move and let the abs work, rather than just like pulling and then rocking back and forth. The more you can stabilize and stop yourself from rocking, the more ab control and contraction you're going to get from it. So don't rock, keep yourself in that position and just let the legs come up. Fuck it. For those who think single arm pull down is an easy movement, that's one exercise in, and I'm fucking soaking after it. So yeah, it's a single arm pull down, but treat it with the exact same intensity as you would like a heavy row or any other exercise. Just because an exercise may be, you know, not as difficult as another on paper, you can make it difficult, and the intensity should still be applied the same throughout each exercise. Single arm rows, our second movement. So literally one warm up here was all we needed, and then we go straight into our working set now. As the session goes on, we're already pretty fresh, we're already pretty warm. When we have our numbers from last time in the logbook, we know what we're going to work at. So like one touch is usually enough, depending on the exercise, to then go into a working set from there. So the less time spent wasting on the warm-ups, which, you know, aren't going to, you know, create that response that we want, the more effort and energy we have to put into our working. Yep. Fucking hell, man. Yep. Update on where we're at the moment. Obviously 16 and a half weeks out, which is like 6.5 weeks into prep. So we started off around 296 and we're down to like 283 at the moment. So that's like 2 or 3 pounds lost in that space of time. We're just creeping things down very, very slowly. You know, I think around now, I'm really starting to kind of feel myself, really starting to fill out. And the weight isn't really budging over the last week or two because I feel like I'm getting tighter, composition's getting better, but I'm feeling fuller. And that's just really down to kind of like, you know, cycle starting to do its job and kick in and bringing a lot more kind of fullness as well. So over the next while, we can afford to push a little bit more now and start to really chip away at the body fat now that the initial drop is being made. So yeah, that's where the weight is sitting. Oh, fucking hell. He's making me get the angles for him. It's for all his fans. It's for his only fans. you get into like a back machine like the extreme row, and you can't reach the handles, you can kind of prop them up to yourself. The same in like a chest press and like a plate or a chest press. If it's too deep into the stretch, you can put a plate just behind it, just to give you a better starting position. So if you see here, I literally pull this up and I prop a block in behind it, and it just brings it a little bit further up so I can get into it more comfortably. Fucking hate that. Okay. Strong. Yes. Yes.
Try and think, reach forward as much as you can.
Yeah.
Tilt this away a little bit,
Yeah.
but just try and just reach,
Yeah.
literally, so you get that full protraction.
Let everything
And
go
then-
with it.
Because
Yeah.
the grip's semi-pronated, right?
Yeah.
Drive your fist into the grip,
Yeah.
and then think about scraping this all the way across.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So literally,
That's it.
and then open back
So like
into it.
your scap moves forward and
Yeah,
backwards,
yeah,
right? It
yeah.
glides up and down. You want to open the scap as much as you can.
Yeah.
And then,
Let it follow, guide around.
exactly.
Yeah.
Once you get on your head,
Yeah.
and like imagine it,
Yeah.
you'll be able to get it. as
So
well.
it's there, but just I have more range here.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you turned away already a little
Yeah.
bit, you can extend and reach in
Yeah.
to get more range anyway.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. Just open
Yeah.
up that bit more.
Open up a little bit more,
Yeah.
and then gently move that hip in
Yeah.
and close it in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you get in that groove, you'll know.
Oh yeah.
Open, open, open. Now close it. Yes.
Oh.
Open, close. Try. Yes.
So movements like this, in particular, I find very difficult. I think it's super, super important. One thing that I've started doing a while ago is just having that confidence going into a set. You know, so if you go in and just pick a way up and just expect it to move, it's not fucking going to move. Whereas if you go in and like as soon as you unrack that, like unrack it with like aggression, you know, and be like, right, this is my way, I'm going to fucking move this. Rather than lifting it and being like, oh, that's heavy. As soon as you lift that, say that to yourself, the set is lost. And I used to do that a lot as well. So now I go into a set, I unrack whatever the exercise may be, and I have full confidence before I even touch that weight that that's moving the way I want it to move. So even if it's difficult, if you tell yourself it's difficult, you've already lost. So confidence going into it. Doesn't matter what the movement is, doesn't matter, you know, how difficult it is. If there's no confidence, you've already lost. In terms of food so far, so food, obviously, built up food very, very high during the off season. I needed a lot of food to grow. So when I started the prep, food started very, very high. So there was an initial adjustment of, pretty much 600 calories or so pulled. So food started off initially around, 5,200 on training days. So we're 4 weeks in, which is a few weeks ago, there was an adjustment made and we pulled around 60 grams of carbs from rest day and training day. And then again, last week, well, about 5 days ago, we made another adjustment. Things started to stall again, so we made another adjustment of another 60 carbs pulled. So in the space of 6 weeks, that is not a crazy change. Calories are down now from like 5.2 to like 4.4, 4.3 on training days. So it's not a massive adjustment right now. I'm still absolutely like stuffed as well. Like eating meals, I am not hungry. It's still slow to eat meals as well. So food-wise, I'm in a really good position. Like right now, I would love to just fucking go in and just tough food all the way and just be like, right, let's get lean. But right now, there is 0 point. For me, as well, it's a case of holding that fullness, holding that size, and not just shipping things away super fast and getting super flat. So 2 food adjustments so far, and that's going to do its job. I reckon we probably won't need another one for maybe another week and a half, because this will definitely pull things down a little bit more over the next 7 to 10 days. Oh man. And before prep, I was doing about 5,000 steps a day, 6,000 steps per day. So very sedentary. Literally, the only steps I was getting was really training and then my 20-minute morning walk as well. So steps initially just went up to 7K and they haven't moved. So we've just kept them at 7K. Cardio is at 0 as well. So for me, again, I'll do whatever's required to obviously get me, ready. But I don't think a lot of cardio for myself is going to be needed. Just with the way we've structured things and the way things are progressing at the moment. I'm not saying I'm not going to be doing cardio, I'm just saying that I just don't think there's going to be like a crazy amount needed in comparison to maybe what I've done before. And for me personally, I think for a lot of people, I think the priority should be keeping that training performance as high as possible. So for us, as you probably see, we make sure that everything is going into them sessions, you know what I mean? So, if you are putting everything into your sessions, I touched on this before, you will, burn more body fat. I guarantee you'll probably get ready easier than if you were to train kind of, you know, subpar to an extent. I'm not saying that weight training is going to be the main driver of your fat loss, but you'll see anyone that does train to a high level, usually in off season, they stay a bit leaner, and usually in the dieting phase, they get leaner a little bit easier as well. So the main focus here is keeping performance as high as possible, keeping these sessions as intense as we possibly can. But right now, 7K steps, no cardio, just for the time being. Oh, fuck off. Disgusting. Oh, yeah. The next thing to touch on is obviously anabolics, you know, during this prep, and I'm not going to kind of touch on, you know, compounds or anything like that. All that is listed on the Uform app. The link is in the description, so I'm very, very transparent with that on there. But in regards to this as well, I think, as you'll see with the foods, with the likes of the cardio, etc. as well, we started off very, very tame, you know, with the likes of that, and then slowly kind of brought things forward with reductions in food and more expenditure if we need it, rather than just going straight in the deep end, you know, balls to the wall. So the same at anabolics, you know, we started off, kind of brought things in very, very light, and as we progress, okay, you know, as body fat comes down and as recovery capabilities diminish, as I get leaner, that's when we will kind of escalate kind of dosages, etc. as well, and utilize different compounds, not just because, right, I'm in prep, let's just fucking throw the whole kitchen sink at it, but being smart and being like, right, when do these things actually need to be deployed? So when do certain compounds need to be brought in, when do increases need to be taken as well? You know, I think that's important, because as performance drops off, as well, you know, as we get leaner, recovery will drop off, and that's when we use kind of different tools to kind of take us forward and enable recovery to be in a better position and enable training performance to, again, continue to drive forward, because it's our main priority during the prep here, for muscle retention and just making sure that we hold on to that hard end tissue that we built. So right now, training performance is really starting to actually take a step forward, because obviously a few weeks on cycle now, so things are starting to kind of click. And as I'm getting leaner, as body fat is coming down, that strength is continuing to jump. PEDs or no PEDs, that should continue to be the case anyway, if you do manage your training volume correctly, and if you do give yourself a long enough timeline in a dieting phase either way. But obviously, right now, training is starting to take a step forward, and that's not going to drop off. As I get leaner, you know, in another 3, 4, 5 weeks, as another chunk comes off, recovery may drop off, and then, you know, we can utilize different things from there. But that's what I would say in regards to this. Again, it's not just a case of throwing the whole kitchen sink, it's a case of using things when they are needed and having logical thinking behind each adjustment made, not just with PEDs, but with food, with cardio, even with training volume as well. Oh, that's that session finished. That was fucking tough. That's our first pull session back after a deload. Do you know what? I came back after the deload and I felt like my joints were fresh. I just felt good. It felt weird to feel good, to feel like a normal person who doesn't really train. It felt weird. I didn't like it, but I feel good after that session. Really fucking good. So yeah, that is pull box off. You can see I'm gonna go into just kind of a few bits of stretching here, just to kind of open up the lats, etc. now as well. Get some fresh blood in after we finish. But yeah, that is back, rear delts, and biceps boxed off. What's being done different since last time, and kind of like a couple of tips that maybe you could take from it as well, in terms of like what I done and why things may be going a little bit better this time as well. Like right now, I think a big thing is starting with enough time. You know what I mean? I think I've never done a prep over 16 weeks before. I think I've done 12-week preps, 13-week preps, and a 16-week prep. So I've never actually went over 16 weeks for a prep. I've always gotten ready, but I think this time, like, performance is staying in a much better position. Things are coming down steadily. I feel fantastic. I think, honestly, I think giving myself more time has definitely allowed things to run a bit more smoother. I think that travels over as well to stress. I think this time as well that I think having shorter preps last time and kind of being like, right, I'm chasing my tail here. I have to be ready at this time. I think maybe that put a bit of extra stress on, but also I think the main difference this time is actually having somebody prep me within Cuba rather than me prepping myself. You know, I've prepped myself before for shows, and there's a lot of stress with that as well. You know, making adjustments, questioning yourself, going back and forth. Like I said before, when there's emotional kind of decisions being made, you know, when you're making decisions for yourself, it's not really logical. You make silly decisions as well. So leaving it in somebody else's hands, for me, it takes a massive amount of stress off. So right now, it does not even feel like I'm prepping. Yes, I'm getting leaner. Yes, I'm seeing them improvements, but you know, there's no stress. Things are just running super smooth. I'm not chasing my tail because I'm ahead of schedule, because I've given myself enough time. So yeah, I think them two things are the main ones, which you can probably take from this as well. Get a coach to look after things so you don't make silly decisions and stress yourself out, and give yourself enough time, because we always underestimate how much body fat we have, you know, and it's okay if you're ready early, because again, you can reverse out, you can have feel a little bit higher coming into it, but it's not okay if you're not ready on time. You know what I mean? So I'd rather be ready early than not ready whatsoever. So they're a few things that I would say, and I really am full-time bodybuilding, full-time, you know, living the bodybuilding lifestyle, because as in, like, I can eat when I want, I can train when I want, I can do things on my schedule, because obviously I'm full online coach. So I think that's a big one, making that transition over. Now, that took a lot of work, making that transition, and a lot of years and hours spent on the gym floor. You know what I mean? Like, my last prep, it was 8 to 10 hour days on the gym floor. So I think this time, after kind of working my way to the position I'm in now, which, you know, I'm extremely grateful for, but I think right now that's a big difference here. Being able to manage recovery appropriately, being able to have full control over my fatigue management, my sleep, I think that's definitely a big one. So if you have the luxury of, especially in today's day and age as well, about kind of like working from home and not having the likes of travel time and stuff to and from work, utilize it, you know, you have your meals at whatever times you want, you may have a bit extra time in bed, etc. Utilize them things, because I think they will go a long way if you do have access to them. So yeah, that is prep so far. That is a run through of a pull session at the moment, and yeah, that is pretty much it. So 16.5 weeks out. This weekend I'm actually back in Ireland. I have clients competing at PCA Ireland, which I'm super excited for. On Saturday as well, I have clients coming in. Clients that are competing later on in the year as well, and having in-person check-ins, and clients who are doing shoots too. So I will be recording all that as well. So it'll be nice to meet up with everyone, see how people are looking in person, and map things out for the few months ahead. And then next week, Cuba is actually in Colombia. He's away, so it's going to be strange training here. I think most of my sessions over the last 2 years have been with Cuba. So yeah, a week of my own training, which is going to be mad in here, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then once he gets back, that's 15 weeks out, and then it's game on. He's in a mini cut then as well from that time. So like both of us will be in diet mode. The videos probably won't be much talking. It will just be us getting after it, which, you know, it'd be nice to kind of like see as well, I think. But I won't ramble on. That is me done. Post-workout meal, and yeah, 16.5 weeks to go. Like, share, subscribe. It does go a long way. It really does. So I appreciate anyone who does watch, and thank you very much. But yeah, every Sunday, new video for the rest of prep. So please do follow along and support. It means a lot.